Yes, have you not heard? It's 300 days of rain. We have 300 days of sunshine. That's why Deagle likes coming over here. It's like we're twinned with Belfast, but the other way around. Right. This news story then, kicking off with the news about the tolls. And I've also got something quite disturbing from a cultural point of view, which I want to share with you as well. Coming back to that in just a moment when we do a little bit more culture, Portuguese culture as part of the Bom Dia Daily. 7 tolls terminated in Portugal. This was circulating around the start of the year when, of course, we were not broadcasting. So let me bring that onto the screen now. This is a news source I don't often feature, but it can be useful from time to time. So thank you very much to the Euro Weekly News and Views since 1998. I don't know who that is. Let's get rid of him, whoever he is. Focus. It's very difficult now, isn't it, looking at a news website, because it's just covered in adverts and, well, bad news, obviously, from time, mostly, and the occasional bit of useful information, which is one of these here. A 1-minute read from Connor Morpurgo. It's a great name, isn't it? We have 7 tolls terminated in Portugal. Terminator. What this means for travellers. A total of 7 tolls across Portugal are set to be axed in a bid to minimise costs in accessing various areas of the country, as well as network routes into areas outside of Portugal, bringing joy and relief to citizens. Last May, the Portuguese Assembly initially approved that 7 highways would no longer have tolls, which sparked fierce debate between opposing political parties. And I have the list for you. That's what you want to know, isn't it? The Socialist Party had advocated for an immediate removal of all said tolls, whereas the Conservatives voted to gradually reduce payments at the highways. Yes, highway robbery. The Socialist proposal was ultimately backed, and thus from the 1st of January, going back some 22 days now, we're 23 days into the new year, folks. How's it going? There will be 7 additional free highways in operation throughout the country. How about that? Is this happening anywhere near you? Oh, that's a nice little vignette from Visio. A vignette. Sourdough just about to go into the oven. That sounds fantastic, Hugh. Save me a slice, if you will. Pies, loaves. Isn't this marvelous? Well done, Gumpers. Keep up the good work. Your recipes for bread as well. I saw one of those simple recipes for delicious crusty bread, and I thought I must send that to myself and do it. And I thought, what are you thinking? I don't have time to make bread, but maybe I do. Maybe I do. And Hugh is about to tell us, I think, how easy or not it might be to make your own bread at home. Some tolls were debated on if they should stay or go. The Porticos of Povoa, with a name like that, it's got to stay. And Anjeiras to stay in operation, costing 70 cents and 50 cents to locals, respectively. Citizens can now utilize high-speed routes for free, where before they would have had to make much longer treks to avoid paying any costs to access other parts of Portugal and beyond. And I think that was why the EU were flexing their muscles. If I've got that right, if there's no other equivalent or similar route, like running the old road running alongside the new one, for example, if there's no suitable and massively not inconvenient alternative, it has to be a free road. And here they are. The list of tolls that have been axed now in 2025. The A4, love saying the names of these places in Portugal that I've yet to visit and look forward to visiting. This is great. The tags for this story are free travel, Portugal, socialist tolls and travel. The A4, Transmontana and Túnel do Mourão. The A13, that's the A13-1, Pinhal Interior. A22 in the Algarve. That was the particularly scandalous or controversial one, was it not? A23, the Beira Interior. A24, the Interior Norte. The A25 or 25, Beiras Litoral and Alta, and the A28, Minho in sections between Esposende and Antas and between Neiva and Dark. There you go. Ensure you keep up to date with the latest news from Portugal here. There you go. That's the Euro Weekly News, which I think, looking at the phone number for it, I'll put the link in the chat so you've got that list if you want it. I think this is mainly Yeah, news and sales. The code is 34. That's Spain, is it not? So anyway, the link going in. You're very welcome. That's told off our Bon Dia Daily news snippet this morning. If you want to investigate that further or find out more about Euro Weekly News, if that is not on your radar. Right. Come back. We'll conclude with the weather before we speak to Colin in about 10 minutes. My best mate is one of the world's top sourdough artisans, apparently. All I can say is bread is lush with a bit of Lurpak. What is not good with a bit of Lurpak? Most things in life could benefit from a slather of the, is it Danish butter? Morning, everyone, from Gabby as well. Good morning to you, Gabby. Yeah, must mention the next, what's it called now? Is it called the Expat Circle? Oh, a quick blast of let's have Phil sing to us. You've got to subscribe to get the whole message. But this is what Phil will do for you every morning. I love this, and I start singing it myself. Here we go.
Good morning, it's time to stop my yawning.
There we go. He tells you he loves you every morning. It's fantastic. Fillmycup.com, I believe, is where you can subscribe to that. Good morning, I really must stop my yawning. Right, where was I going? Gabby, yes. I'm trying to find the graphic for the next event at the Storytellers. Quite a lot of WhatsApp messages here. Isn't that the way for everybody? I can't see that right now. Perhaps you could send that to me, Gabby, and I'll save it. It might be the easiest way this morning. If you're still there, perhaps send me the graphic for the next gathering, the next lunch at the Storytellers. I think we'll see you there, Mike, will we not? Tolls were one of the well-spent taxes. Portugal has some of the best roadway infrastructure in the EU. You can get it to yourself. Without tolls, the roadways will deteriorate significantly over time. So, João Ernesto, a fan of that. Presumably, though, John, they will still be funded. They will still have to be maintained at taxpayer expense. And not all tolls are going, are they? So maybe they'll average it out. And we need, well, parts of the AA aren't a toll, are they? That little bit between Tornado and Caldas, you can jump on and jump back off again. We need to lobby for removal on the, that's the point here, Mel, is that if there's one that runs alongside it, is it a 242? No, maybe it is a 242. Or the N8 perhaps. If there's one running alongside, they don't have to take away the cost, I think. Pete's in, Jackie, João Ernesto, we love our toll-free roads here. The roadways are awesome and far better for no one on them. It's really amazing. And the services as well, right? The service is fantastic. Message to you, Chris, from Pete. Hope you have an awesome day off to get your coffee from your very own barista while I try to burn mildly moist olive prunings. Proving a little bit difficult. Has Chris got his own barista in the office here? That's all right, isn't it? Yay, AA13 from Mike. It's toll free now. We can travel from Tomar to Coimbra. That's a good one, isn't it? Fantastic. Thanks for that little nugget there, Mike. Yeah, and I did laugh when, he's here. He's here to answer the pushback against the far right curious Portugueser. It will be fairer now. People who don't drive will have to contribute to maintenance. People who don't drive. It'll be fairer now. People who don't drive will have to contribute to maintenance. Is it as simple as that? I wonder. Or is that a typo? Or is that sarcasm? He's up early, you see. He gets to be sarcastic much quicker in the day than we do. If that's indeed what that was. But I suspect you're saying people who don't drive shouldn't have to pay taxes towards. I mean, that is a can of worms, isn't it? It's like the people who don't have kids paying for the education of other children. It's about the society, Portuguese, and not our selfish little interests. Bon dia, solar life from Jackie. Right, where was I going to go next? I don't know. At the Alan Tay show, cultural. Yes, cultural. It's a bit of news, it's a bit of culture, and hopefully a bit of language and pronunciation there as well. Colin limbering up behind the scenes, limbering up too for our gig on the 15th of February, where he's going to do a few gags. They say the old ones are the best ones, and he's going to be proving that to us on the 15th of February. Right, let's go to the picture, the pictures that Gilda has sent to us. Her sister and brother-in-law. Oh, where's it gone? Hold on a minute. Let me just get this right and concentrate and stop giggling here. Right, that should be it now. Oh, here we go. Would you like to stay here? Because if you would, we can get you 5% off. This place is the Casa de Pedra. Does it say there? I think it does. And this is Gilda's sister and brother-in-law's place. Yeah, Casa de Pedra. They've done it up beautiful. Look at this. It's got natural rocks as part of the landscape there. Almost like a cromlech. I was going to show you the pictures there. The Welsh invasion continues now with Colin joining us in a few minutes. It's a nice looking breakfast. Oh boy. Why do I always show pictures of food and talk about food when first thing in the morning when I haven't had anything to eat yet? I'm loving that pool. You can have a dip and you can have your breakfast. There you go. There's the little pool there. That's nicely done, isn't it? A couple of nice sun lounges next to it. Beautifully framed olive tree in the garden there. Pool looking good at night as well. So well done. I don't know her name, Gilda's sister, but it's a lovely spot, isn't it? And look at that traditional Portuguese grill, outdoor kitchen right there. That looks fantastic. It's like got the moon over there. It has the moon over the chimney. How about that? So Casa de Pedra, 5% off. Drop me a line if you'd like to go and stay in the Alentejo. I don't know exactly where it is in the Alentejo, but you're under the great big blue sky of the Alentejo right there. And staying with rocks in the garden, Portugal has had rocks in the garden for many, would it be thousands of years? And Coach Turner sending us pictures of such. Imagine if you found them in your back garden. You could turn that into a nice feature, couldn't you? You could probably tell the time if you knew how to decode it at the right time of year as well. These are cromlechs, are they not? Standing stones. And the coach sent me these because I think he photographed these himself. Mate, are some of these in that looks like Wales rather than Portugal? Can't remember what you said when you sent me the message, but there you go. Standing stones, and they might be connected under the earth. They might be portals. They might be Celtic portals. That's the way. Don't worry about toll roads. If you know how to stand on these, you can end up in Wales if you rub the wrong thing. And that's probably not the first time that sentence has been uttered. You can end up in Wales if you rub the wrong thing. Colin's probably told one or two young ladies that. It is time as well. Welcome to the Good Morning Portugal show, where we're in the Bom Dia Daily. Let's have a look at before we go to the weather, cultural outrage. Well, first of all, look at that. There's sourdough loaves being made. There are pies were made and eaten. I don't think that looks like that anymore. That is just an empty bowl now at Casa Turner. The Welshman, the Welsh wizard with the pastry right there. And I got a little bit of trolling from Vitor Costa, who asked me if I moved to Portugal because of this. Is this why you moved to Portugal? Apparently, it's a picture here of somebody watering pies. Pies are watered to add more gravy and wet the dough. Now, I think this is taken out of context, and someone's put on it, English people season their food with water, LMAO. And there might be a little bit of truth in that. And let's face it, the great thing about English food is it's mostly not English. That's perhaps one of the best things. I mean, there are a few brilliantly classic English dishes, aren't there? Bangers and mash and fish and chips, but that's not truly English, is it? I don't think. Don't the Portuguese take some credit for us having fish and chips? Anyway, all this to say, yeah, we do take a little bit of stick around the world. I say we. I can't take any responsibility for English cooking. But pies are watered to add more gravy and wet the dough. I don't suppose, Coach Turner, you did that. And I think it's probably a little bit of moisture, and wetting your dough first thing in the morning or any time of the day is not a bad thing. You do need to glaze your crust from time to time. Colin's trying to eat as well while I'm talking about glazing your crust. And on to this I was a little bit disturbed by. The correct way to eat a pastel de nata. The identity of the person who does this has been taken out of the picture to protect their identity. Is that the correct way to eat a pastel de nata? I think we should write to the ambassador about this. I don't know. It's not the easiest or most elegant thing to eat, and it's a real test of your deportment and your finishing school credentials in how you eat a flaky pastel de nata. But to go straight in with your coffee spoon like that, I think is a little bit vulgar, quite honestly. What do you think about how do you eat yours? How do you nosh your nata, so to speak? Not a good look, you might also say with that. So yeah, how do you nosh your nata this morning? Quick look at the weather then. Let's find the Spartan FX weather, everybody. The weather is like currency because ... fill in the blanks. And I'm going to the weather page now. And we'll see, yeah, how do you nosh your nata? That could run and run, could it not? Let's bring on to the screen the weather this morning and see what's going on. And it's continued to pee down. That is not a technical or meteorologically correct description, but my gosh, Kaishigatos, definitely around Portugal. I had to unblock my drain last night, and I don't mean that as a pun, or some sort of innuendo. Definitely out in the front garden, unblocking the drain late last night. Very busy day yesterday, generally. Porto, what is up with you with your sunshine today? There's going to be a bit of sunshine and clear sky. 8 at the moment, rising to 14, but still weather, still wet weather. So take out your brolly, your guarda-chuva under your arm. Take your brolly, if you will. Still rain forecast pretty much everywhere. Be careful out there with all that wet weather and water everywhere. Lisbon, 14 degrees. Broken clouds, currently the high of 18. Porto, look at that bit of sunshine. We had some sunshine here yesterday as well, actually. It was a day of sunshine yesterday, despite it being very wet as well, and several centimetres, I think, of rain. Coimbra, 9 degrees with scattered clouds at the moment. 18 the high. That's a very comfortable and nice high in Coimbra. The wet weather is bringing a mildness as well, of course, and temperatures. Faro, 17 the high, 15 degrees with scattered clouds at the moment. And Braga, 10 degrees at the moment with scattered clouds, rising to a magnificent 17. And generally speaking, yeah, rainy day all around the country. And in the autonomous regions, 14 degrees with broken clouds in the Azores, rising to 18. And Madeira, a little bit cooler as it is sometimes. 6 degrees with scattered clouds at the moment. Madeira, 10 degrees the high. That's your weather with Spartan FX. Don't forget, if you want to change your wonga from your dollars into your euros and pounds into euros and other currencies, spartanfx.co.uk. You can open up a free account. Let's give them let's give them a massive round of applause as we turn over to the Good Morning Portugal show. In fact, the Go Motoring Portugal show. And so, Colin, let me just take you off and actually do that correctly and play the theme tune that we worked so hard on. Stand by. We'll be right back with you. Hola, bon dia, Colin.
Morning.
Got there in the end, didn't we?
We certainly did. Yeah.